short of the perfect. Steady dripping saucy, I'm keeping the tongue wet. But buzzing with the honey, sitting king with a throne neck. Holly big and body while your nigga ain't home yet. He fucked up, so I let a fuck nigga go. You did your big one, I'm still doing bigger dough. Played you the ball to score, but you dropped it. Wasn't in his plan, so of course my guy blocked it.
It's the way you walk and the way you stare. Never mind my tale. Then I think I'm out of control. Made me wanna lose control.
Kitty, I'm back up on the market. Picking a player pocket, I'm about to have him starving. Taking the loops, knocking boots, my body rocking. Never the two, I'm the one, so nigga stop it. Yeah, karma finna pay me stacks. I know your new trick, watching, so relay this back. Finna have it don't lock like a chokehold.
I don't got no time for a bro code.
Let me go, but I let you go. Let me go, but I let you go. Let me go, but I let you go.
Open the app, what you want, it's up to you. Friends are more, no surprise. Your world, your rules, your time. Only one app with the vibes. All hours, no disguise. Real connection, no replies. Left on red. If it clicks, let it ride. If it don't, next vibe, next vibe. Jack got all the guys. College just screech up, twinking more late nights. New vibe. Jack. Open the app, what you want, it's up to you. Friends are more, no surprise. Your world, your rules, your time. Only one app with the vibes. All hours, no disguise. Real connection, no replies. Left on red. If it clicks, let it ride. If it don't, next vibe, next vibe. Jack got all the guys. College just screech up, twinking more late nights. New vibe. Jack.
When your star is shining bright, oh, believe Facebook is going to know about it. It's the head of the charge here, Oliver Twixt, back with another Twixt tip for you Facebook creators. Y'all better be looking out for the Rising Creator label. I got it 3 months ago. It helped me triple my number of followers in 1 week. You heard me. 1 week. Facebook every week gives a handful of creators a badge of honor, the Rising Creator label. The badge recognizes creators with strong audience engagement whose content meets quality, originality, and integrity guidelines. And what's the big prize, you ask? The algorithm recommends you in people's Facebook feeds as a rising creator to follow. So, what can you do to get the Rising Creator label? Tip 1. Make timely content on Facebook in multiple formats. You want a mix of reels, text posts, photos, and stories to show you're maximizing your presence on the platform. Tip 2. Make engaging content that gets people excited to react and comment on your posts. So reply to your comments and keep the conversation going. Tip number 3. Follow Facebook's guidelines. Get familiar with Facebook's content and partner monetization, which means to post content that you created yourself. That's all I got for y'all. Drop down in the comment section below and let me know how it goes for you. We want to see that content, baby. And hopefully get more rising stars added to the collection. And that's the team. Beauty is paid. You done got me together today, you know what I'm saying? I just finished my clear and brilliant once again at Laser Away, and it was the ting! The facility and the staff are always clean, professional, and so amazing. They always numb me up just right, because I'm a little sensitive.
See, down here is fine.
Baby! And while the procedure can be a little intense, trust me, it is worth it. I've been getting the clear and brilliant this entire summer, and when I tell you, the change, the glow in the skin is so noticeable. Get into her. Laserway has so many sales going on right now this upcoming fall season, so don't miss out. Click the link in my bio and get you a piece, baby. So you can glow like this, and I do mean glow like this, okay? Clock that. Baby, CVS did what needed to be done. The epic beauty sale is happening right now. And your head in charge just got blessed with the latest and greatest survival kit for acting bad on a budget. First off, the shower. Hygiene is not optional. And thanks to CVS, I have the best products to make my clean pristine. Even trying out some new stuff. Because why not? And now my skin is popping, teeth shining, lips busting. Thanks to my extra care card. That's the real beauty hack. So don't play yourself. Enjoy $10 off when you spend $25 on beauty and personal care. Shop easy on the CVS app and act like you know. The epic beauty sale is happening right now. So go shop before I snatch it all.
Just open the app, what you want, it's up to you. Friends are more, no surprise. Your world, your rules, your time, only one app with the vibes. All hours, no disguise. Real connection, no replies. Left on red, if it clicks, let it ride. If it don't, next five. Jack got all the guys, college just screech up, twinking more late nights. New vibe. Check.
Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Ain't gon' get a line, but it's better celebrate. Play it one time, you gon' play again and again. Come one, come all, come all this can. CWIS is the winner.
Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Tyra, we bind you. Tyra, we bind you. And it's probably that binding shit that got my ass fucked up and left out to the dock right now. Yo, when I look at some of the stuff I have done, y'all still can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, perfect. See, look at this bitch over here. Let me tell you something. This ain't all of them yesterday. Your ass gonna get cussed out today if you come with the shit. Because I'm already a little triggered. And we gonna reel it back in. We're gonna get through this the right way. But if you fuck around and say the wrong fucking thing, your ass gonna get fucked up. Okay? Now listen. I am currently in the process of moving, guys. Yay me. Which means all of my shit is packed up everywhere, okay? And I got my trusty good duty blue magic mic right here. However, the cord to plug her up is not handy right now. And instead of fickling around trying to make it work, I said, you know what? I'm just going to talk to the children this way and hopefully they hear me. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all hear me. If the sound messes up, someone please let me know. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know. However, there's no way in hell y'all was gonna let me not speak during this moment in time in history, okay? Now, we're all here because we're talking about America's Next Top Model, and I'm gonna speak real freely during this time, right? We're gonna have a lot of fun today. Trust me, we will. And I'm not gonna lie, as much as Top Model has, and I think still is, my number 2 favorite show of all time, because what is my number 1? Someone in the chat say it. The power of 3 will set us free. Beat you to it. Charmed. After the success of our COVID Top Model chats and everything that came after it, Miss Oliver was drained from Top Model. And so, I ain't no tea, no shade. If it wasn't about the money, I wasn't too much amped to talk about it, because after talking to over 100 people, judges, contestants, producers, traveling the world, meeting people, brand deals, interviews, other documentaries, baby, I was tapped out. Fighting with Lisa silly ass. Baby, I was tired. So anytime Top Model usually comes up in mainstream media, unless it's about the money, baby, I'm going the other way. I'm letting the children have it. Y'all enjoy it. I had my time. That's it. However, there has not been a day since they announced this Netflix doc where I have not opened up my Twitter, especially the ones on Twitter, X, down to the threads, even over there to the TikTok and in my Instagram DMs, where I am not seeing you guys and so many more of you out there championing for Oliver Twixt in his content. And for that, I said, I got to show up for the people. I got to stand up and I got to show up for the people. And let's get into this doc. Let me tell you something. If y'all did not do what y'all did and what you're currently doing on social media, in the name of Oliver Twixt, I would not be here right now. And I just don't like letting y'all down. I like giving y'all what y'all want. I like giving the people what they want. And so we are here. You know what I'm saying? We will be talking about this documentary. I have watched part 1. And so I'm going to be organizing these lives by episode because it's a lot of content. It's a lot of context. I have to get through a lot of background stories that I know. I got to spill some tea. We got to show some videos. We got to get into the pictures. I got to go back in time. We got to go forward. So I said the best way for me to get through this is piece by piece. And I believe there are 3 parts. So we are covering today part 1 and all of the mainstream news in the media right now surrounding part 1. I know it's a lot of tea out there going on, baby. Let me tell you something. The Top Model girls are back outside. Girl, I said everybody is just up, posting, Everybody is up reacting. Everybody got their comments. I see the girls who ain't had interviews in a long time getting their interviews. Shade to some. Okay. I said, baby, it's Wild Wild West out here. I don't know if I really want to be in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a good time in my little fantasy world right now. But I'm happy to see, honestly, seriously, I'm really happy to see us back in this space talking about our guilty pleasure the way we are. Because it's fun. It's fun. It's our football. It's our sport. This is what we love. And I'm, again, glad to be back out here with you guys talking about it. Okay. So, let's now get into the things of the things. I first want to thank our friends over there at Jacked for sponsoring this live and the subsequent lives you guys will see from me regarding Top Model. You guys know Jacked is the leading dating app for the LGBTQ plus, with over 15 million people currently still subscribed. And I must admit, I still have my Jacked account, right? I travel a lot. I go to different cities where I don't immediately know a lot of people. And for the last, how long have I been working as Oliver? Since 2019 is when I started traveling as Oliver. So for the last 7 years, if I have a booking or a job in a different city where I don't necessarily know anyone, I always go to Jacked with my profile so that people can see I am in their city. And guys, I tell you no lie, party promoters reach out to me. The followers, the supporters, the fans, the friends, everybody, they reach out to me, be like, bitch, you in my city, girl, come to our bar, come here. It's a party going on over here. This is the hot spot over here. I usually get my itinerary by downloading Jacked. And so, listen, today, we want to thank our friends at Jacked for sponsoring this live. The link is in the bio, pinned to the top. It's also pinned in the description of this video on YouTube, as well as available on Facebook. Click the link for your head in charge, Oliver, and download the app and get into the mix. Okay, over there down to the chat. Let's cut to this video right quick before we get into the tea. And there's a lot of tea for us to get into.
Just open the app, what you want, it's up to you. Friends are more, no surprise. Your world, your rules, your time. Only one app with the vibes. All hours, no disguise. Real connection, no replies. Left on red. If it clicks, let it ride. If it don't, next five. Jack got all the guys. College just screech up, twinking more late nights. New vibe. Jack.
Baby, that song is a tea. Dun, dun, hey. Nice. Yes, get into Miss Jack and download the app today. And again, thank you to my friends over there at Jack for believing in the Oliver Twixt brand, idea, content, personality, and everything. Thank you guys so much. All right, well, we all came here for a chat. Let's go ahead and get into it. Reality check, excuse me, America's Next Top Model, now streaming on YouTube. So I want to show what I want to give today. Let me see something. Baby, part 1. Overall, I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it a B. It was a B. What was it for y'all? I'm not gonna lie. I said a lot of these nachos in this part 1, girl, Miss Oliver has already served that to the girls multiple times. I learned nothing new. Now, this is coming from me, a person who has watched the show, a person who has interviewed over 100 people about the show, a person who has gotten into the tea off these lives behind the scenes on the phone and in the text messages about the show. And so I know a whole lot about it. And so I didn't really learn nothing new from part 1. I did appreciate the aesthetic. I thought the The coloring, the editing, the set was beautiful. The tone and style of the doc, I felt like matched Top Model, where it's fun, it's colorful, it has that whimsicalness, very modern, stripped down, but still serious in where it needed to be. So the aesthetic, loved it. Shout out to the production company, shout out to Netflix. The doc looks amazing. Everybody in the doc looks amazing. Tyra, of course, girl, Tyra gonna be stomp, beat, swoop, goop. She gonna do her thing. The Jays looked amazing. Nigel, the girls, the contestants, everybody looked amazing. And the overall format, flow of the doc, part one, it was great. Coming from someone who's already in this sector and knows a lot about the show, I felt like nothing new was given to me about this show. And again, the cocky bitch in me was like, girl, Miss Oliver got that, and some. You know what I'm saying? These nachos, baby, we'd have served it with brisket, cheese, cilantro, sour cream. But yum, 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 we gonna eat it up anyways. I must say, when I watched this doc, within the first 5 minutes, I was already triggered. And in this review, I'm going to be very honest about a lot of things that I typically in the past probably would not have been considering the type of idea about myself I like to put out there. However, I also said I would be highly upset with myself in the future looking back at this moment, and I didn't say what was on my mind. And we're having a conversation, classrooms in session. I'm now at a stage in my life where I'm trying to undo the doctrine that sharing your opinions that may not be the most nice or kind or receptive is necessarily bad, or how you feel or how something or someone made you feel is bad and you're being antagonistic. And I'm currently right now, as I'm 30 years old, happy birthday to me, February 10th, shout out to all my credits in the motherfucking world. I'm trying to undo that to where I can sit comfortably in what I feel, knowing it may rub someone the wrong way, however, being confident that the spirit and the heart of it will code it necessarily to where it doesn't come off as divisive or angry or mean or upset or nothing like that. So we're going to get into a lot of things. And I arrived there hearing the voice of this man right here. For those of you who do not know who this man is, he is the great and late David St. John, who was a long-time producer on America's Next Top Model. As it was described to me, he, for a lot of the cycles, served as Tyra Banks's right-hand producer who worked with the girls and also reported back to her. David St. John is also the person I give credit to for putting me, the first person who put me on mainstream television, by the way he went to bat for me when we were filming the T.S. Madison Experience on WeTV. David St. John was a huge supporter of Oliver. We were friends, family friends. I've spent time with his family. We communicated very regularly. This man believed in me a lot. And so I have to start off this review by honoring his legacy, his work, his name, and the love he put in everything he did in this world. I miss him so much. I'm grateful for him so much. For those of you who do not know the story, meeting him while I was filming the T.S. Madison Experience, where he served as our showrunner, is what led to me connecting with Jay Manuel, which we will get into, which then you guys know led to me doing my top model chats, which has led to so many other amazing, beautiful things. And I always like to give him his credit in this space. So much so today, I am wearing his America's Next Top Model executive producer jacket. Yes, yes. For those of you who have still been following me, a couple months ago with my on a live I did with Angelique and Babs from MTV's Making the Band, the show that Kim Mark created. I found that out today watching the doc. His husband, shout out to Scott, who I talk to very often, almost weekly, found it within his heart to send me a lot of top model paraphernalia that David collected during his time working on the show. And so if you go back and watch the live, I got a Tyra mail, I got some call sheets, I got some production notes, I got a schedule, I got some premiere party cards. But I think the most beautiful thing is I got David's executive producer, America's Next Top Model crew jacket that I'm going to wear today because I want him here with me in this moment. I can hear his voice right now. Ollie Bear, Ollie Bear. And so I hope to do him and his legacy very proud today. Shout out to David St. John. Loved him so much. And again, I must give him the credit for being the energy that led to me doing these top model chats that we all love today. Shout out to the David St. John. Shout out to David. Love him and miss you so much. The last time I saw him was on the set of Jay and Pamela, which premiered on TLC last year. David was always working behind the scenes on trying to keep me on TV, trying to get me to work on TV, helping me come up with ideas, helping me to formalize ideas, staying on me even when I didn't believe in myself. And everything that I am currently working on right now, I am motivated by his memory and the words that he shared with me, and the prophetic moments we had where he poured into me. And so again, shout out to David St. John. We love you, we miss you, and we honor you. All right. I had to say all that to cope me as we get into the stuff. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all hoes been lit on the social media for Miss Oliver. And while I will never, and I have never told y'all girls to go out there and get a bitch for me. I'm not that kind of girl. I never want to weaponize my supporters and my following, the people who love my content, to go do my dirty work, because we serve a God who will shut all this down faster than we ever could. You know what I'm saying? And he look out for the righteous, and we try to do the right stuff. So I'm never going to tell y'all to go out there and windmill for me. However, I will appreciate y'all in the moments where y'all are out there windmilling for me. And baby, like I said earlier, down to the Twitter, to the threads, the TikTok, the Instagram, the people is like, why is Oliver Twixt not on the dock? And I did a live a couple of weeks ago with my first reaction to the doc being on Netflix. You guys may know I was a finalist contestant on The Circle, which is one of Netflix's most popular and long-running reality TV shows. And a lot of people were like, girl, why you not on this? You was on Netflix and you're the top model expert. Girl, why you not on this? And back then, I, in summation, said, I'm not jaded. I feel no way about not being involved. This is these people shit. Just because I'm not involved is nothing to really take personal. Let's celebrate. Let's enjoy the moment, and let's just try to remain positive about it. And fast forward today, after I've seen part 1, I must say I am still in that space with the asterisk. Because I must be man enough to admit, watching the first 5 minutes of that doc definitely triggered me. It triggered me. Because no tea, no shade, I was looking at the beginning. I said, oh, I see other influencers who've done top model content, down to the YouTube, down to the TikTok. I've seen I saw some other excerpts of people talking about Top Model. And then, no tea, no shade. And I really hate to do it to you, Miss Tyra Lynn Banks. But when she got up there and said this all started during COVID, when the people were reacting to it, I said, oh, Oliver not being a part of this was a choice, not really an oversight. And I'm going to go off y'all's words, the people out there, the fans, the critics, the judges, Tyra, the contestants, have all crowned Oliver as the #1 top model expert in the world and one of the leading contributing factors to the conversation of America's Next Top Model being relevant in today's time, starting during the COVID lockdown. And so, when I saw all these things, I said, oh, this was a choice. At least that's how I took it. Assumptions being made, but that's how I took it. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it did hurt my feelings a little bit. It did. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings because I said, okay, did I offend somebody? Who I made upset? Did I do something? Because who I made mad? This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I was like, girl, I must have pissed somebody off, girl. Girl, all that binding tower over here, girl, we done bound her right up at the thing. And I done bound myself right up at the thing, right up at the dock. I done bound myself. Tyra, we bind you. We bind you for doing harm to yourself and harm to our Wi-Fi. Tyra, we bind you. We bind you. Me being just a smart aleck, anal-retentive, comedic bitch that got my ass locked out. This is what I'm thinking. These are just things I'm naturally thinking, right? And I must say, outside of it being me, it was, for those who know, it was obvious that the top model expert was not there. It was very clear. At least that's how I felt. And I'm seeing a lot of people are also feeling like that. How do we go about this feeling, right? And I feel like this is the more important conversation. I cannot be upset with anyone, and I'm not upset with anyone. One, I don't know the facts. No one ever talked to me. No one ever reached out. I wasn't there in the planning of the production. I don't want to villainize my absence when I don't know the full story. What could be coming in the future? What were the reasons? I do not know. And so it would be unfair for me to adopt a feeling about anyone without having a proper conversation. Still acknowledging how I feel, I'm not going to make anyone the author for that feeling, right? I'm going to own it as just my reaction. Two, in the world of entertainment, baby, this happens all the time. Look at all of the other more important people than me that probably, arguably, should have been included in the doc. And we, again, do not know why they were not included in the doc. I'm talking about people like Janice Dickinson wasn't there. Agent Curry, which we kind of can infer why she wasn't there. And the list goes on and on and on people that probably we all feel like should have been there, but we're not. And again, we can't take the absence as something personal when this is these people's production company, them people camera, them people equipment, them people producers, them people editors, them people stuff. Because when it was my stuff, couldn't nobody tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to share, we have to give that same energy and not villainize these people for what they are doing, right? And so lastly, I must say, when I saw, and we'll get into it more later on. But when I saw the girls in the dock getting their makeup done, smiling, I said, this is this. These girls are getting their moment. These girls are now able to tell their story on a mainstream level in a greater way that my platform at the time could have, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, how can I be selfish and sulk in what I'm feeling and not acknowledge the greater good that this is serving for the people that it should be serving, which are the contestants. This moment is for the contestants. It's about the contestants. And I do think the doc did a great job with select women in really giving them a moment. And again, seeing those women get prepped for makeup, seeing them get mic'd up, seeing them smiling, seeing them twirling, seeing them sit down and articulate and talk and share their thoughts, to me, as a fan of the show, was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And that's where I want to rest with all of that. You know, I am thankful to all of y'all out there who are rooting for me, who believe in me, who remind me of the impact of what I did so on a whim just to do it. And I think that's very powerful. I appreciate it. But I don't want us to take away from the beauty this moment is giving these contestants. It's giving them a platform. It's giving them a voice, which was what my platform was all about, giving these people a chance to speak and tell their story. And so the doc is doing that. Y'all so sweet. Let's give it up for them. Let's give it up for them. Now the last time we talked to the lady, okay? The lady said, and it's on my YouTube channel, we can go back and watch it, okay? The lady said she was gonna come talk to me. Maybe she's still coming, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought, well, maybe I said something Tyra ain't like. You know, maybe I done made her mad. She's a human. She has feelings, and she reserves the right to feel however the fuck she feel about people talking about her and her stuff and what she did. She reserves the right. I always felt like I adopted a more neutral stance to the whole top model conversation. And of course, I had my comedic moments, but that's just Oliver. You know, Oliver gonna make a joke out of anything. You know, y'all better thank God I'm a little scared about being canceled, because my comedy probably be a whole lot more dark than what it is now. And so with that, I understand people may have their reactions to that. But y'all heard the lady. The lady said when she called me when I was on my flight back home to the Atlanta from eating that Smiles cream, okay? For those of you who were there, y'all remember. The lady said, Oliver, I got you. We're gonna talk, boo. Now, this is after Lisa had then came over here and did what the fuck she did. Shandy had did what she did. So many people had started coming over doing what they was doing. I was already getting recognized. The lady said, I appreciate what you're doing. You giving these girls an opportunity to speak. I appreciate it. Y'all heard her. I appreciate you doing that. And she talked to me. We had a good time. She commented on some of my posts. She never followed me, but she would comment on some of my posts over time. So I'm like, well, damn, did I piss the lady off? I don't know. Tyra, let me know if I made you mad. Baby, I'm sorry if I did. My bad. I ain't mean to. You know, I'm a little... But we down from the South, from Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, baby. We eat pickled eggs and hot sausages for breakfast going to school. You know what I'm saying? We listen to Trick and Trina at 7:30 a.m. getting ready for PE class. We a little different from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying, baby? We laughing at funerals and at the hospital. We just a little different, okay? So... You know, I must say, as I've been in the industry, you know, with more time, I've learned how to refine in moments, you know, my personality, my natural wit and comedy, to where it doesn't immediately rub people the wrong way, you know. Now, granted, now I ain't finna change.
But I can just be a little bit more aware. And if you don't like it, fuck you. And that applies to anybody. You, your mammy, your dog, the child, the grandma, the pastor, the teacher, the doctor. If you got a problem with it, open it up, lick it, and fuck you. You know what I'm saying? But for everybody else, please know that I be trying. You know, I be trying because I understand. You know, sometimes the personality can be a lot. But Tyra. Oh. Um, I remember when I first started doing these, somebody commented and said that me doing my top model chats, my top model chats was my 15 minutes of fame, and it was going to be up when this was up. And fast forward to now, me being one of the most watched Facebook channels on the platform with an average of 30 to 50 million views a month, I must say, watching this doc and hearing Tyra Banks talk about being told no inspired me. Because while I am not going to villainize anyone in this whole top model Netflix doc conversation, I do classify this moment as a no. A nice no, a non-villainized no, but it was a no. And I must say, for those who know me as Eddie Z. Oliver Jr. before he became Oliver, and even those who know me as Oliver Twixt, personally and from afar, you know that Oliver revels in the word no. And so, in being someone who is credited for motivating this moment right here that we are seeing, I am confident that this no is going to evolve me into the next yes. Again, this is coming from someone who was told 4 or 5 years ago his 15 minutes of fame was going to be up. Fast forward to tens of millions of people watching me worldwide. And so watching this doc and feeling that no, guys, has inspired me. It definitely has inspired me. And as we are moving into this next chapter in the Oliver Twixt life, you know, we're moving into a bigger space. Our platform has enlarged, which also has made room for more things that we thank God for. I have a new vision. I have more energy. I'm healed. I'm ready. I'm just really excited for the future, guys. I'm just really, really, really excited. Really excited. Shout out to my friend Zach, who was in the doc. This is my friend Zach, who is a creator based here in Atlanta. I believe Zach's main platform is TikTok. And Zach was included in the doc. And I was like, oh my God, I know Zach. Shout out to Zach. Yeah, shout out to Zach. And I must say, even though we missed out this time, I do want to acknowledge all of the platforms that I could immediately remember that have given me credit for my work with Top Model. Instinct Magazine being, I believe, the first platform. Shea Coulee, Raja from Drag Race. Shout out to The Guardian. Shout out to the BBC UK, which just did that article this week. Go over there to the BBC UK, guys, and check out that article. Thank you guys for reaching out to me. Her, Screen Rant, Hulu, ABC Nightline, Elite Daily, Nikki Swift, amongst all of you guys out there for the love you guys have shown me and my top model work over the years. So grateful. So grateful. All right, baby, let's get into some tea. So watching the doc, I see it starts out with Tiffany. And not gonna lie, I rolled my eyes because while narratively, it makes sense to open up with what a lot of us would consider the show's number one moment still to this day. It felt like low-hanging fruit. I'm not gonna lie. I said, oh, of course, we open up with Tiffany. Of course, we open up with Tiffany. I don't know what other way it could have been. Maybe, I don't know, something a little bit more sacred, a little bit more intimate, a little bit more jaw-dropping, a little bit more like, okay, let's start here and then let's rewind back to see how we got to this point within the doc or something like that. I don't know. I just felt like Open Up with Tiffany was just a little lazy because Tiffany represents the show in modern times. That whole moment we're rooting for you, that's usually the moment people cut to in clips and in news articles and in posts. They usually talk about this moment. And so I just felt it to be a little redundant to also do the same thing. And baby Tiffany felt the same way because she done came out today and said, Tyra, fuck you. Baby. And Tiffany, where I'm from, she from Miami, actually a little bit more south from where I'm from. See, I'm from Broward County, Lauderdale, Oakland Park, okay? It's a bunch of Jews and retired old folks where I'm at, sharks. And you know, I ain't gonna say the other word, but they over there too. The predators, they over there too. Baby, she from Miami. They shooting, stabbing, robbing. Miami is a whole other thing. And so to know the place is to also understand and appreciate the energy Tiffany comes with. Hence, when I read this, fuck you, I said, oh girl, Miami-Dade is activated. Miami-Dade is here. I really want this Tiffany chapter with Top Model to reach another level of healing. And no tea, no shade. This doc, while good, the doc is good. Doc is really good. It's still, to me, from what I have seen in conjunction with what I am seeing in media, is still avoiding a lot of accountability. As well as, and this is my personal opinion, treating a lot of these conversations and girls with gloves. Now, granted, we can argue and say this is entertainment. They signed up for it. They should be used to it. And a part of me that is a creator and a producer and that believes in creating moments almost wants to agree. The other side of me that has interviewed Tiffany, that's been around Tiffany, that has spoken to Tiffany I've spoken to Tiffany within the last, 6 months, I would say. It's like, okay, y'all, when is this gonna be enough? When are we gonna move past this moment and do it a different way? You know, we can't, it doesn't feel right within this space of Top Model where we're supposed to be looking back, taking accountability, reviewing things, and we're still using a moment where a contestant was degraded and berated as a way to hook us for the doc. Again, I'm not villainizing anyone or speaking to their intentions. I am speaking to the impact it had with me and the impact it's had on others. I don't think y'all ever gonna get another Tiffany anything as it relates to Top Model, and this is coming from talking to her directly. This what y'all got right here from me and her back in whenever that was. This probably gonna be the last thing from Tiffany y'all ever gonna get from Top Model. And to be honest, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. A lot of people treat this world of entertainment, TV, social media differently. For a person like me, I don't give a fuck. This is a job. I'm here to entertain. I have a real life around me that matters, that's tangible, that's positive, that feeds me, protects me, serves me, and I love it. I can care almost care less about what goes on outside of that, right? I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what they post. I can give a fuck, because at the end of the day, I still sit on my ass doing what I feel like doing. And a lot of times, if I choose to, I can do nothing. Feel me? And so I'm a little desensitized to a lot of things. Other people, and I feel like Tiffany falls in that category, they tired of seeing this shit. They tired of hearing y'all talk about it. They tired of feeling exploited. They tired of not feeling healed, not feeling heard, not being represented right. And so there was another opportunity with Top Model that presented itself a couple months ago, and they asked me to reach out to Tiff. And I did reach out to Tiff, and Tiff, she didn't say, Oliver, fuck you. She didn't say that. Shout out to Tiff, I love you, girl. But she was like, girl, fuck this shit. Girl, I don't give a fuck about none of this. And I don't want to put her real life business out right now in front of all of you guys. I'm sure it's been talked about online. You guys can go to her page, wherever she's present on social media, and find out. But she also has had some real things happen in her life that, baby, I won't have time for none of this shit either. You know, now, I would love if Tiffany could articulate her feelings in a way that leaves the door open for conversation and reconciliation, where someone feels comfortable coming to you and saying, okay, I've heard you. I understand how you feel. Let's talk about this. Let's work together. Let's see what we can do to bring this to the next step. However, I'm not here to also dictate to someone else, and I'm a little biased, to a Black woman, and I'm even more biased from where I'm from, and tell her how to express herself. This is her experience. This is her life. That's her image. That's her face. These are people talking about her, and she reserves the right to express herself how she feels. And fuck you, Tyra Banks, is how the lady feel. I don't like it. I would want a different expression that hopefully will lend itself to Tiffany and Tyra being able to heal. But this is where we are. This is where we at. This right here probably, hey, everybody out there, TV people, because I know y'all over here. Hey, y'all don't got to tell me. I already know. You're down there writing in your notes, reporting back. I get it. Well, report this back. Unless y'all get this lady about $10,000, she ain't doing it. She over it. We probably won't see Tiff in another. There's a female content who had a picture of you when discussing. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Y'all might as well hang it up. Hang it up. Tiffany ain't coming back. And no tea, no shade. I kind of understand why she was upset. Because it's like, goddamn hoe, here we go again. Your ass done finally showed up. And, you know, I'm talking ass Tiffany. I'm not calling Tyra a hoe. If I was Tiffany, calling Tyra a hoe. Goddamn hoe. Your ass have finally showed up to sit down and talk about this stuff. And here we go again with the bullshit. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. And I get it. I pray healing. I'm a little selfish. I would love if Tyra and Tiffany could reunite and work out that issue. And no tea, no shade. Hold on, Tyra. Let me get back to you. Where your ass at? Now you done announced. How am I talking? The audacity. See, this is why the fuck they ain't call me. How the fuck am I talking about this lady shit where her thing talking about doing this? Because I'm Oliver. Your ass over here announcing a cycle 25. Now, a dumb bitch like me gonna watch it because I love Top Model and I love to see Tyra Banks in the Top Model space. I love the idea of Tyra Banks in media. And a lot of people drag the lady for her personality. And I get it because I saw some of the aspects within this doc that lent itself to be a little performative. I'm just being honest. But I still fuck with Tyra Banks. I grew up with Tyra Banks. I know Tyra Banks. I done seen her in magazines and videos, on the TV, in media. She's a part of my... She's embedded in my motherfucking brain. While we will eat up a cycle 25, what the fuck y'all need to do? what the fuck somebody out there need to do since we taking all of our ideas. Y'all need to get a budget. Get Tyra Banks, get Kim Mark, call Iyanla Vanzant, or call me in there, okay? And y'all need to have one-on-one episodes with some of the most unhealed interactions with this show. And that honestly would give y'all a great path forward with Cycle 25. Stop ignoring this shit. Stop trying to sweep it under the rug. I know y'all see it. I know y'all hear it. I know y'all see it. I know y'all hear it. And the only way that people gonna get off y'all ass is if y'all give the people what they want, which is accountability. Shed some blood. Y'all rich. Y'all got it. Get it? Y'all let me talk free because I'm tapped in right now. I don't got time to be prim and proper. This again, my ass ain't including this shit, but it's all right. Y'all got the money. Give these women 2,000. These hoes will take one. 2,000, 3,000, whatever you got to get them, because y'all gonna get the money back between viewers, ads, sponsorships, commercials. Pay these women to come talk to y'all. Talk to them straight. Let them get what they need to get out. Y'all still got the editing power. Edit it, make it look nice, give it to us. Baby, when I tell you we will eat that up faster than Tyra Banks standing her ass in the girl to talk about you are in the running again to become America's Next Top Model. Her and Tiffany finally sitting down and Tyra having to take some sort of accountability. And here's the thing. I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is with Tyra. I don't want to speak to her intentions in her life experiences because she's still a human. She still bleed. She still got feelings. She still got a mind. She still got an opinion. She still has her truth. She still has her reality. And it's the fact this thing say it got so big. Girl, what got big, Tyra? What got big? I still want to make the lady a human. She ain't some untouchable deity. You know, she's a human and she makes mistakes. I don't know what it is with Tyra and the disconnect with her and the people when it comes to her addressing hard conversations. I don't know why that disconnect exists. You know, I don't know if it's because she comes off performative. I don't know if it's for so long she's never addressed it. I don't know. But I feel like the lady just needs to strip down. Don't show us your coochie, girl. But strip down and put herself in a vulnerable place with the people so that we can get past this. Because no tea, no shade, we gonna watch Cycle 25, but it's gonna be a repeat of what Cycle 23 and Cycle 24 was, which is the people ripping it up online because they still mad about this shit y'all did years ago. I don't know who gonna convince the lady to do it. I don't know how we gonna do it. Cause no tea, no shade, I wouldn't want to fuck with some of these women either. Lisa D'Amato being one of them. Girl, don't nobody got time for that. You know, I get it. But everything got a price on it. Everything got a price on it. And everything can be bought. And all that ice cream, your ass over there selling, licking. I know you got a couple coins in a piggy bank, Tyra Lynn, that you can sprinkle to make this shit go away. Give the people what they want. Sit down just like your ass did right there and talk to these women. Now have your security on deck. And we still gonna edit it to make it look nice, where it's a resolve. But give it. If we can do this, if we can do this, if we can do this, and we get her, the main judging panel, Ken Mock, a lot of these girls back, y'all can make what I just said happen. And I feel like that is really the key that will unlock Top Model in this modern day and time. Hopefully. Please listen to all of it. If y'all ain't never listened to me before, just please, please, please. Because even now, with this doc being out and she finally sitting down, people are still eating her up for avoiding accountability. And I don't like this for the lady. I like the lady. I've always liked Tyra. Always. It's like, damn, I don't want to hear the people talk about my fave like this. Like, girl, just can you please? Girl, you rich, you black, you beautiful, you iconic. Girl, chop that arm off. We could buy another one. Give it to him. We could buy another one. Let's go. We got to get past this. All right. What's next? I met Tiffany in person back in 2023. I met her in 2023 at my class reunion. Boy, they trained us in high school. I'm not a delays. Class of 2013. Okay. And Tiffany was so gracious to come out and spend the day with me. You can find this video on my TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, Facebook probably, and I'll probably be re-uploading this since we're in the top model craze right now. Sweet lady, genuine, honest energy, charismatic, funny as fuck, and real as they get. And again, I hope Tiffany and Tyra and Top Model TTT can figure it out, because they are entangled and probably will be as long as we talk about Top Model, you know, unless Top Model gets a second iconic wind of life. This moment between Tyra and Tiffany on Top Model will live forever. And so let's let it live with a different ending. Yeah, we cursed each other out. We was upset. The show happened. All this time has passed, but we finally were able to grow to a place to really heal, talk it out, and move forward to where now this imagery in this moment carries a different meaning in a different weight. I pray. Baby! Put their foot on their necks. Jaywalk. Okay, come on, LaKaylee 47. Miss J is back in the motherfucking building. Baby, I was so happy to see this icon get the respect he deserves. I found it so ironic that the first personality casted outside of Tyra Banks was a young, at the time, no shade, young, black, femme individual. Furthermore, I found it even more ironic and iconic that in her last meeting, per her words, as a last-ditch effort, she adopted the persona of a young, black, femme energy. And it was that meeting that took them to the next level and brought us all here. This is a separate conversation outside of this, but watching this moment spurred the question inside of me: does culture, society really respect the feminine black male energy the way it should? Because I'm a part of that. My career is a part of that conversation. Feminine, masculine energy in a black cisgender male body. I don't have all the answers today. It's a very nuanced conversation that I want to have a little bit more informed, but it definitely sparked something within me that I want to dig into a little bit more, because oftentimes I have seen black, as they say out there, this ain't me, but as they say it, the black sissies, the queens, the gets, and all that always are a part of the joke, but we are the main ones who are teaching and inspiring and leading and helping and informing and creating and giving and bridging. Yet we don't have a lot of moments like this where those people who pioneered and who put in the work and whose work was the foundation for other work to be built on, we don't give them those moments. They don't have those moments. It's a conversation I'm gonna talk more about in the future, but this documentary definitely was the catalyst. I knew about Miss J's stroke, y'all. I knew about Miss J's stroke in real time when it happened because David St. John was working behind the scenes for me to at least connect with Miss J. And I can't remember the specific conversations on like back then, because of course this is David, him and I on the phone, and you know, David wasn't a huge texter. He'll pick up the phone and call you. However, he eventually came to tell me that Miss J had a stroke, and so anything regarding him having to get up and do anything, it probably wasn't going to happen for a long time. And so another beautiful thing about this doc, outside of it being a platform for the contestants to tell their story, for me was to see Miss J in a more healed space to tell his own story, as well as to partake in this celebratory moment. Fucking beautiful. Because he deserves it. And knowing more about how he is ingrained in the genesis of Top Model, he deserves it. And I'm happy that God has blessed him to be here with us in this moment and seeing him sit down, enjoying this moment. Now, I must say, as someone who's watched Top Model for years and they've seen Miss J in his what, you know, could be arguably considered his prime, I was a little disappointed seeing him be a little bit more reserved. However, we do have to take in consideration his health conditions and what possibly could be happening right now. So, of course, grace and compassion was given. But I just have to be honest in this moment. While I was happy to see him get this moment and be present, the child, the fan in me, you know, was like, dang, you know, it made time be a little bit more evident, like, dang, time has passed. You know, we used to Miss J, yes, and walking and doing all this other stuff. And it's, you know, it was a little sad to see this icon in the, you know, the way he is now. And we just continue to pray and continue to send healing energy and continue to be grateful that we can still have this moment with the icon. I must say, a couple years ago, guys, you guys remember I did The Circle, right? I did The Circle on Netflix, season 5. And I've told this story before, but I wanted to tell it again as we are giving Miss J their flowers. I lasted in the competition to this day to where we had to design an outfit, right? Anybody watch The Circle season 5 when Miss Oliver was on there? Let me tell y'all some behind the scenes tea. Baby, I had a whole other outfit that I was trying to work on. And when I tell you, I could not figure it out. I, in my brain, can put together clothes, can put together ideas, but actually get down there and try to put this shit together on a mannequin with a bunch of cameras watching me, a producer yelling at me. Well, they wasn't yelling. Producers was very nice, but they also are producing. I'm trying to come up with an idea. The clock is ticking. Baby, they didn't show this on the show. They did not show this on the show. But I said, fuck this. This is what y'all gonna get. I snatched everything off and I just said, just in the mannequin. Because I was like, I just felt so defeated for many reasons that I'm not going to get into. However, they changed producers and a different person came in and said, Oliver, you still have time. What can you make? And I remember Miss J. I remember Miss J in this outfit. I remember seeing him wear on the red carpet for a premiere of America's Next Top Model. And I could not find the actual photo I was thinking of in my brain, but I found a very similar photo that's actually more, that's more like this than what I thought. And it was this moment right here. But when you guys watch The Circle and you see this moment where I present this outfit, and the guest judge from Queer Eye, baby, he went up. He was like, oh my God, Oliver, this is so nice. This is so beautiful. You're a trendsetter. Please know that the outfit that I came up with was inspired by Miss J. And I love Miss J, what she represents. I am appreciative of Top Model for presenting someone like Miss J to a young queer person as myself, which gave me something to aspire to look up to glean from, something to be proud of, a person that I could be like, that is me. I see myself in them and look at what they're doing. And so the queer representation that Top Model gave us, even back then, to me still holds its weight to this day. And we must give Tyra her props. The same way we rip her up, we got to give her props for being a pioneer for queer representation in media and blessing us with the icon we know today to be Miss J. Alexander. For all my music lovers out there, LaKaylee47, shout out to LaKaylee47. What's up, sis? I've opened up for her, I think twice before. Good friend in the business of mine. She has a song called Jaywalk that features vocals from Miss J. Please add it to your playlist because it's the tea. You get to hear Miss J talk on there, and the song is really chill. Put their foot on the next ow. Jaywalk, doom 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 doom. Jaywalk, doom 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 doom. Jaywalk, doom 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 doom. Put your foot on your next ow. Jaywalk, baby, it's the tea. Are y'all having fun? It's over 315 of y'all in here watching me talk about this. I think I kind of miss this. Y'all miss me. Y'all. What's next? Oh, J Man, you well, which we would get into right after this commercial break. See you guys real soon after this. Don't go nowhere. There's more in the mix with Twixt right after this.
Just open the app, what you want, it's up to you. Friends are more, no surprise. Your world, your rules, your time, only one app with the vibes. All hours, no disguise. Real connection, no replies. Left on red, if it clicks, let it ride. If it don't, next five. Jack got all the guys, college just screech up, twinking more late night. Jack.
Listen, I have to thank my friends at Jack so much for sponsoring this live. Jack is the leading dating app for gay and bisexual people out there in the world. Please download the link. Download the app right now by clicking this link right here. As I explained to you guys earlier, I use Jack still to this day. When I'm traveling and I'm trying to meet different people in cities, you know what I'm saying? I go on my Jacked app and I see what's going on. They have this new thing where you can see events such as parties and different activations going on within the city. Great feature, still a great app. Download it because you may see me on there. You know what I'm saying? You may see me on there. I come to your city, baby. I'll download her. I surely do. And I buy a booth so that people can see me. No, Miss Oliver. Girl, let me tell y'all. I'm going to tell my business a little bit. Baby, when I tell you I have enjoyed a good time, and don't everything, y'all nasty out there, don't everything got to involve busting the nut, okay? Baby, I have enjoyed some of the sweetest aspects of life by just having a Jacked app and going to a different city. Do you hear me? You know, and I don't want to sound a certain way, so I'm not going to get into all the things, but trust and believe, as long as I continue to tour the world as Oliver Twixt, I will always have a Jacked app, just in case somebody don't know I'm in their city, okay? Maybe I done got some good work. I done got bookings. I done got brand deals. Yeah. I done got, I've gotten like clients to do production work and graphic work. Somebody said, me too? Oh, yes, ma'am, baby. What I'm trying to say is I've had some fun and I've also made some money down to the Jack. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this live. Y'all click the link that is pinned to this chat as well as available in the description of this video to download the app today. J Manual. Baby, Mr. J looks good. Now, he ain't my kind of fine, like that I would want to fuck, because that's just a different type of attraction. But this is a fine ass man. You know what I'm saying? I just had to define that because I want nobody to think I'm trying to hunch the man. That man is married. Listen, I ain't trying to start no shit. But I must admit, this is a fine man. This man is beautiful. You can tell this man eat his sea moss, okay? His hair look good, skin look good, nose look good, cheeks look good. If you go to his Instagram, body look good, ass look good, clothes look good, fashion look good, teeth look good. Everything on him just look good. And him sitting down, I said, dang, Jay look good. We must honor him for being the platform that first presented me as an expert on America's Next Top Model. Going back to COVID, you guys know that Jay started doing Jay's chats with Miss J every Friday down to the Instagram where they would recount every cycle. And if you were present around that time, you'll remember that the chats evolved. So at one point, Miss J stopped doing it, which allegedly it was because somebody got a phone call and was like, you probably shouldn't be doing this. At least that's what was told to me. And I ain't trying to start no shit. I'm just letting you know what was told to me, okay? Now, just... and then other contestants started doing it from different cycles. And because him and David St. John were still really good friends, David St. John was now working with me on the T.S. Madison experience. David St. John connected Jay and I to where Jay sent me his book that he was promoting at the time, which is Jesus, I don't want to get the title wrong. And it's everything is packed up. It's usually somewhere in my vision. I do not want to get his title wrong. I believe it's like The Curse, but I can't remember. Please, this is not me being shady. I just can't remember right now. But he was promoting his book that I did like a quick reel about, unboxing it. I was so shocked. I was so honored that this guy I had looked up to on television reached out to me and sent me his book, which then resulted in me coming on his last live he did about America's Next Top Model, which then prompted me, after I saw how the people on that live reacted to me talk about Top Model, motivated me to then start doing my own chats. And so Mr. J will always have a seat in the classroom for that part of history within this conversation he holds. And I'm still, again, grateful to him for giving me the opportunity, because that is where I found the confidence to do what became the Oliver Twixt exclusive ANTM chats. Now, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get more in depth with his involvement with the show in its beginning stages. Again, I watched the Jay's chats. There we go. The Wig, the Bitch, and the Meltdown. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. His book is called The Wig, the Bitch, and the Meltdown. I knew it had something to do with being a liken to what's that? The Narnia thing. I thought it was kind of similar. So that's why I thought The Curse. But thank you so much. The Wig, the Bitch, and the Meltdown. Yeah, I wish they could have gotten more into what I was told to be his heavy involvement of the show in its beginning, in terms of coming up with the logo, I believe. A lot of creative things that stayed with the show even after he left, that became a part of its identity. I wish they would have gave him that credit, or gave him that spotlight in this mainstream moment we're having in discussing Top Model. I was a little sad to not see that happen. And again, it could be due to runtime. It could be due to, editing choices. It didn't flow. It didn't fit. It didn't make sense, whatever. But I would have wanted to see him get that shine, considering what we have come to know about how his story ended with Top Model before this doc. And I saw Miss J getting her credit. And so I just wanted the other queer male individual in this conversation to get his credit. And just knowing what I know that has been publicly said, I just didn't feel like I got that from the doc. Again, not going to villainize anyone. I just wanted to see that. I really wanted to see that. Um. Now I must say this too. You know, Jay publicly has talked about him and Tyra, you know, having a fallout and not being cool and whatnot. And so when I saw him on this doc, I was like, okay, we're clearly maybe some sort of conversation has happened, maybe. Or maybe in the future there is a road to a conversation where they can maybe reconcile, maybe, hopefully. I feel like before this doc, a lot of the things we saw in the media about him and Top Model was, you know, him and Tyra aren't friends. He was kind of done wrong. He felt, you know, some ways negatively about the show and some things that had happened and how the show progressed in its later seasons, the Kim Mock of it all. So to see him there, I was like, oh, this gives me hope that maybe a more in-person solid reunion can happen. Maybe Jay can come back for cycle 25. Let me tell you something. I'm going back to cycle 25. I don't want to see none of y'all hoes back on the camera kiki kin and ha ka 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 in our face without us seeing some sort of resolution or conversation on tape. It's gonna be so weird because I'm gonna be like, how did we get here? Everything else been in the media. We need. What Aaliyah said, we need a resolution. We need a resolution. We need y'all to clear the air now. I need to see it. Tyra, I need to see you and Jay get together. I need to see it. I need to see it. Now I know I'm jumping ahead and I said I wasn't going to talk about too many things that's not in part one, but the people said, the whole said they ain't talked to you since the day they've been let go. Okay? I'm telling y'all, don't waste y'all good production dollars. We're getting Tyra Banks flown from Australia to over here, getting sets made, paying producers, paying editors, and y'all don't resolve a lot of these long. Let me rephrase that. Y'all don't give us, the people at home, a window to you guys resolving a lot of these long-standing issues because it's not going to feel real. It's not going to feel tangible. It's going to feel like what people have been saying about Miss Tyra Banks for years. It's going to feel performative. And again, we just talking. We having a good time. But it's going to feel performative. We want to see the makeup. Take us on a journey. We want to see it. That's how we're going to connect back to this thing if y'all trying to do a cycle 25. And it's just, I just don't want a repeat of 24 and 23 when they try to bring it back on VH1, which if you watch 23 and 24, no tea, no shade, they were sickening. Cycle 24 is one of my favorite cycles of Top Model. I said, oh girl, y'all went in y'all bag and did this. This is kind of tea. It's kind of tea, no tea, no shade. I kind of like it. It's cycle 25. We want to see it. Okay, back to Mr. J. Seeing him involved in this documentary, to me, said there is a path forward where a lot of people, a part of Top Model, who may be at odds or have opposing opinions, can still come together and work some sort of way. So we thank Mr. J for that. And again, we thank him for his influence on the fundamental work we've been able to build over here. Thank you again, Mr. J Manuel. And Nick, oh, excuse me, brother, you look good. Excuse me. Baby, this why I don't work nobody corporate job. Baby, code switch. What? Just let me be a personality, y'all. And when you're a personality, people just take you as you are. They're like, oh, that's just Oliver being Oliver. That's that person being that person. When you're trying to work corporate, you got to do all that. But I'm not doing all that. Fuck you, okay? It was good to see the gang back together. Another beautiful moment about this doc. There is something very magical and will always be iconic about these four people being together. You know, and honestly, Cycle 25 is, I won't say it's only gonna work, but if y'all want the old hoes like me in on the conversation, this gotta be some sort of way. Okay? Top model don't work without Tyra Banks. I'm sorry. It gotta be Tyra. Okay? It gotta be Tyra. We need that gray hair, silver, pretty man over there terrorizing these girls down to the photo shoots. We need that. Okay? We need that. We need Nigel Barker, stoic, fine ass, sitting there, smizing, giving us his feedback, taking pictures. We need all that. We need that. We need Miss J, you know, and we're not gonna be selfish and push Miss J past what she can do. But Miss J has to be there some sort of way. A judge, a consultant, a reoccurring judge, a house mother. Miss J, we just got to. I'm just gonna put it out there, y'all, and just hope God and the universe, you know, answers me some sort of way. And then, you know, when it comes to the ladies, I was always a Twiggy apologist. I just always liked Twiggy. You know, when I honestly think of the top model panel, like when I be like top model panel, I think Tyra Banks, Nigel Barker, Twiggy, and Miss J. That's what I think of. I fuck with Janice. I like Janice. Janice is funny. But I don't know. It's just that Twiggy era to me is top model. And I don't know if Twiggy would come back, but I think Janet's coming back for Cycle 25 in some sort of way with this would be iconic. It'll give us something to talk about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hoes say y'all the business of making TV. Let's make some TV. Get Janet's ass back in here. We already got y'all vote on the call sheet, and let's get it crunk. Let's get it crunk. Let's get it crunk. What's next down to the classroom? All right, so let's talk about the girls we saw present in this doc. First up, I'm going to talk about Shannon, Cycle 1 runner-up. Now, I never had the pleasure of actually interviewing Shannon, but Shannon is one of the contestants that I did have repeated, reoccurring conversations with over time in regards to being interviewed with me. Always a sweet lady, never was rude, always responsive. However, for her own reasons, she decided not to do the chat, which I am almost confident it had something to do with this Netflix doc. I'm almost confident, but that's just me assuming. Nothing really she has said or anyone has said to me. But her and a lot of girls that I see present in this doc that I did speak to, it makes sense on why they could have said no, which was they were saving their story, their moment for this bigger moment, which I can't be mad at the bitch for that. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad. Can't be mad at all. Can't be mad. Can't be mad. Shit. Shannon looks beautiful. I still think Adrian is the deserved winner of Cycle 1. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Actually, the real winner of Cycle 1 is excellent is evangelist prophetess Robin Manning, who I've also spoken to in the DMs. Catch. And I'm joking. But it was good to see Shannon. It was good to see Shannon. Shannon looks good. Shannon looks like she's a mother and a wife somewhere, wherever she is in the world. It was good to see her. She got her, I don't know what she got, but she looked good. I'm gonna say that to say Shannon could have stayed home. No tea, no shade. Now, devil's advocate, the inclusion of Shannon works because one, they wasn't gonna get Agent Curry, okay? Agent somewhere lost in the woods in a cabin saying fuck all of y'all, okay? On her aluminum foil Wi-Fi saying fuck all this shit, okay? We can't be mad at her, so we got to get the next best thing. Shannon, who's always kind of showed herself to be a darling of Top Model, right? She was asked back for All Stars and other shows and episodes and editions. We've seen her interact with Tyra. She's one of the girls that always kind of gets included, especially when Tyra is involved. So it made sense for her to be here. And narratively, it made sense for her to be like the opposite end of the stories being told by Giselle and Ebony. It made sense. So within the context of the doc, Shannon's inclusion made sense. It was the best option given the cards at play. However, as someone who wanted to feel something from this doc, right? Shannon didn't give me that. And that has nothing to do with her character, her style, whether I think she's a cool person or not. I'm talking about the doc. Shannon ain't shake shit, you know? We could have called Shannon. We could have pulled a video from Shannon. But I'm also glad that Shannon, again, was able to have this moment. And again, given the cards that Agent wasn't going to show up, and Giselle and Ebony was going to get into the reality of their real experience, it was good to hear someone speak positively about everything and have a positive attitude, because Top Model, while that is a pervading idea, was not all bad for everybody. There are a lot of people still to this day that are appreciative, are happy, and are not negatively affected by this show. And I'm pretty sure Shannon we can assume she's one of them, you know, just her energy she's always carried, and that's important to include too. You know, we don't always just want to demonize people, because as I always tell y'all, none of us was there. None of us was there. None of us were there, excuse me. So we listened to what she said about what she said that he did. And so just as much as we go up for the people dragging these people across the coals and whatnot, it is also important to give light to stories like Shannon. As somebody who wants the tea, and as somebody who was deep off into the sector of Top Model exclusive information, I was like, girl, okay. All right, Shannon. All right, praise the Lord. Amen. All right, let's bring on the mess. Baby! Giselle look good. Giselle looks good. I was happy to see Giselle included on the doc. Y'all know Giselle was another person we spoke to during the exclusive COVID era. And she has the distinction of being, I think, the only chat I lost. Y'all remember that in real time when I used to do the lives on Instagram? And I don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. And the only thing I can contribute it to is she kept saying the word C-U-N-T. That's the only I can think of. Because when I went to try to save it, it just would not save. I wonder if now, though, since Instagram and Meta are now refined, I wonder if I can go back and try to recover that live. Let me see. I'm not gonna make no promises, but the first live I did with Giselle was so iconic. And I was happy she was able to tell her story. And I do feel like what I was able to get out of Giselle, they captured. I will say I wanted to see more of the personality I got from her when I chatted with her. And she came off very witty, very y'all know those pretty girls who curse too, that say fuck and probably drink a Wild Orchard. You know what I'm saying? It's an orchid or orchard. I don't drink alcohol, 3 years sober. I don't know that shit, so bear with me. But Giselle gives me that type of grit, and I didn't get that from the doc, and I kind of wanted to see that sense of humor from her. I wanted to see her kind of be a little anal retentive with the comedy. However, I was glad to see her look beautiful. I was glad that she was able to tell her story. I was glad to see the essence of what I remember her story being, not getting lost within this. And she looked good. She looked good. She looked good. Shout out to Giselle. I will say this, Giselle's story moved me. It moved me because it reminded me of so many of us who get into this business like Giselle did at the time. Young, hopeful, optimistic, gorgeous, talented, full package, and given a life-changing opportunity, but traversed the industry and got scarred in a little traumatized. And there's so many people like Giselle who got on America's Next Top Model, who got on American Idol, who got on Rip the Runway, Drag Race, hopeful and doing everything they thought to do right, but still could not get that level that they wanted, that they hoped to from that opportunity. And that was me. And as sometimes, y'all, that still is me. You know, I don't take it for granted at all what I have been able to grow over the last 7 years, because I have worked with so many people and interacted with people who came in with me, came in before me, came in a little after me, and they're not able to work in their calling or their gift and their talents and their dreams the way that some of us have been blessed to. And so I was happy that someone like Giselle was able to showcase their story, because it is the reality. It's the reality. And it really motivated me again to be grateful for what I've been given, because of what my reality could be and what it could have been. And so I was happy for Giselle's story being included for that, because I just feel like it was a very educational, informative moment to show people the reality about all of this stuff. You know, you can have the full package. You can have this amazing opportunity. You can want it so bad. You could be doing the right thing. But sometimes the ugliness of this industry is sometimes some of that stuff just ain't enough. And it doesn't make you not enough or not capable or not qualified. It's just sometimes the way the dice rolls. Sometimes it's, yeah. Now, the most beautiful thing about this doc that actually made me tear up. And of course, you guys know we have the honor of bringing Giselle and Ebony together for the first time after many years to talk about Cycle 1 on my YouTube channel. So check that out if you haven't seen it. But this queen right here, baby, Ebony 8. Ebony 8. Ebony Haith from Harlem, Cycle 1 of America's Next Top Model, 8. Seeing her get ready, them brushing the powder on her face, getting her ready, to see her smile, and what I felt like was her taking it in and being grateful, y'all, it sent chills through my body, because it just reminded me about the beauty of God, the beauty of healing, the beauty of time, the beauty of waiting, the beauty of being ready, the beauty of showing up already having done the work, the beauty of being smart, articulate, the beauty of standing and knowing what you know is true, and one day I will be able to tell it. This was so inspiring. She ate this from the skin to the hair. I said, baby, I need more Ebony content. Like, can we redo Cycle 1 all over again? I'm glad she was able to get the respect and the honor she was supposed to get back then for being a pioneering personality on Top Model the way she was, being this beautifully gorgeous Black woman, living her truth with pride and couth, by the way, not trying to shade nobody or read nobody, but she carried herself and still to this day carries herself with respect and pride in everything that she does. She ain't no messy looking homosexual. Okay, this is a queen right here. And to see the doc give her all of that, thank you. Thank you. What she did years ago on Cycle 1 was unheard of, and was not, and still to this day is not easy for some, even with all of what has happened in society and the progression made. Still living in your truth is hard for some people. Being able to comfortably express the love you have for someone else around other people and not being affected by their opinions of it is hard for a lot of people. And Ebony did the damn thing back then, and she did it on this doc. She was so well spoken. And even though she had moments, hey, Tyra, we bind you. What's going on? We bind you. Don't mess with me. I'm almost done. All right. Okay. Ebony was so articulate. Ebony came off very healed. And even though she shared some feelings that was contrary to what Top Model and Tyra Banks and Kim Mock and all them try to promote, she did it with such class. She did it with such grace. She did it with such compassion. I was happy to see her get this moment. And I'm gonna be very honest too. A moment of honesty. Ebony still reaches out to me very often. Just sending me words of encouragement, sending me things that she's thinking about and talking about. And sometimes I'd be like, ooh, Ebony, girl, this is a lot. Ooh, girl, this is a lot. Even when I interviewed her, I enjoyed the moment. I was so honored to have that moment with her, and still to this day grateful that she shared her experiences with me. But I was like, ooh, Ebony, I should have drunk me a soda before I did this, girl. This is a lot, girl. I need to burp before talking to you. What I saw in the doc as it relates to Ebony Hayes, no critiques. It was beautiful. Job well done. Thank you, production company and Netflix, because this was a beautiful moment. And I'm just glad this Black woman who is a lesbian, who is a model, who is an intellect, a motivator, a woman of nature, and all, I'm just glad she got this moment. I'm just glad, and it was done so beautifully. It was done so beautifully, and it makes me want to see Ebony back on my TV, like right now. Right now. Like, can we get, ooh, another show idea. Now, hey, Tyra. Hey, Ken. Here's another idea. While y'all gear up for Cycle 25, y'all need to potentially, this is what y'all should do. Y'all should try to get as many girls as you can from each cycle. And y'all can film across 3 days. It don't even have to be a long, drawn out process with y'all can make it a week-long event. Okay, The Circle was filmed in 2 weeks, so I know it can be done. Okay? Y'all can film maybe 3 to 4 episodes of redos. Girl, fight these people. Y'all talking about don't give me no ideas. I don't got no money to do it. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Listen. I told one of my clients, let me finish. I told one of my clients, I'm not gonna say which one, but I remember us traveling to New York, and we were outside of a magazine party that was honoring them. And at the time, said client felt a way that the publication was not handling her with the respect she felt she deserved as someone being honored. And as it was explained to me, I agreed with them. On top of, they also felt a way about some shows in the media not giving them their credit, but still using their ideas. And they were visibly upset. And we were on the streets of New York at like 10 o'clock down to, I think we were in Brooklyn. And I remember looking at them and telling them, I told them, I said, the impact of what you have done can never be denied. It can be delayed, but it cannot be denied. And I told them that you are currently looking for the approval and acceptance from places that may not give it to you. Which, fast forward down, glory be to God, a lot of those entities have. So we're grateful for that, for them, for that. But at the time I said, you don't know who you're inspiring and who's out there watching what is happening to you. And when they get into a place where they can affect change, is going to make sure you get, what you deserve. And I said, the work that you do, there's no way no return is not going to come on that. Like, you have to get the blessings back from this. And I got reminded of that conversation today when I was watching this doc. And in my career, there's been a lot of moments, for those of you who follow me outside of the top model conversation, there's been a lot of moments, you know, where Oliver, the creator, has given so many people so many things. You know, if you know, you know. And what I just am holding on to with every being of my body is that the God I serve is going to do what needs to be done. And I may not see it today. I may not see it now, but I will see it. And the way I think it's going to come, it may come in a whole different, and oftentimes, for those of you who believe the way I believe, in a better way. So as it relates to this and so many other things, I don't even have time to stop and even be jaded, because then the whole idea of Oliver Twixt collapses. I don't got time. We just got to keep on moving. What is for me is for me. And I'm gonna say this, but in 2026, as long as the Lord keep waking me up every morning, baby, 2026 is the year of, I believe, to be the beginning of a lot of amazing things. We ain't worried about shit over here. Going back to Ebony and what I was gonna say, what they need to do is host many reunions across maybe like three-day little segments of time, and have these girls redo a lot of these photo shoots, a lot of these challenges, while having hard conversations with each other and the judges. Give it to us. We're gonna eat it up. We're gonna eat it up. We're gonna eat it up. Shout out to Ebony. And if you guys want to get into more of the Ebony story, you can watch our exclusive that happened in 2020. Wow, 2020. where we talked about Top Model, as well as the chat with her and Giselle, where Giselle talked about Top Model, and then Ebony came and joined later. And all I can remember is Ebony constantly calling Giselle Ginzel. I'm like, what? Ginzel? All right, y'all. So we are at the end of my review for part 1. Shout out to 375 of you guys watching me wherever you are watching me. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to everybody who sent super chats. Ash, what's up, baby? What's going on, Miss Darby? Ash is one of the babies I gained from Top Model, and she has remained a supporter of mine. Thank you. Thank you. Please DM me in my inbox, Ash, so we can catch up and I can know what's going on with you. Are you still, well, I don't want to say where you at, but I want to know what's going on. And also too, before we get into this, I would love if some of you guys out there who would love to go live with me and talk about what's going on with Top Model to DM me, as I am putting that live together right now. So DM me on Instagram. Don't DM me on Facebook. Don't DM me on TikTok. Don't DM me on Twitter. Go to my Instagram so that I can give you the information and you can be included in on that opportunity. Because just like Mr. J gave me an op, I would love to extend my platform and chat with Top Model with some of you guys out there. So we're at the end of episode 1, part 1 of the reality check for Top Model, and we are teeing up the Shandy story with cycle 2. No lie, y'all, I had to turn it off. And so even though I was already going to watch these episodes one by one and review them separately, I had to turn this off. I will credit Shandy for being the live, I believe, that projected my content out. We spoke to her during the pandemic, and the live was very raw and emotional. And I have kept up with Shandy since then, not as much as I once did in the beginning now, but I've kept up with her. And so to see her like this, in addition to how that moment on TV is now being packaged as the R word, I needed to condition my mind, body, and soul to receive how this doc was going to represent this story. And I also needed to condition myself first to receive how Miss Banks was going to react to said story. And see, this is where what I talked about earlier comes into play. If we're going to talk about these stories and we're going to give them light and we're going to make money off of these and we're making this a business, let's make sure we're also handling these stories and these women with childlike gloves, and that we are not only presenting the more outlandish moments, but we're also speaking to the heart. We're speaking to the person. We're speaking to feelings. We're speaking to healing. And I haven't gotten to part 2 yet. What I do not want to see, and what I hope I don't see, is we talk about this moment. We have this woman be vulnerable who's already been through enough. And to have, now not on the level that Shandy has experienced it, but I've also been essayed while filming reality TV, and the people still put it out, and I had to live with that, and I had to figure out how to get past that. What I don't want to see is the doc entertain us with this story, and there's no sort of sorry from the powers that be who are responsible for at least showcasing this. Please, I beg y'all. I hope that's what I see. I hope that's what I see. That if we got Shanny up here crying, reliving this trauma, telling this story, and we got all the powers that be present, I better see some accountability actually ain't no damn and some I'm sorry's. And y'all better have sent her some flowers, a check, a spa, or something. Because I don't give a fuck. Including someone being intoxicated beyond control, and y'all take that and put that on TV, and you don't tell a bitch you sorry. I'm sorry we didn't protect you. I'm sorry you didn't feel protected. I'm sorry this was exploited. I'm sorry. Or you know what? And I hate to do it, but I have to be compassionate and I have to be fair. Not even saying I'm fucking sorry. Because maybe in their goddamn brain, they don't think it was their fault. Maybe they think, well, shit, she signed the papers, she did it, she got drunk, she should have known she was doing. At least take accountability for saying because we put this out there, this has affected you in this way. And we understand. At least tell me that y'all understand how this has made this woman feel. Please, I beg. I hope that's what I see on part 2. Let me tell you something. Now, I ain't gonna watch part 2 today. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it at some point. Tomorrow, I'm gonna live with Angelique, everybody. Woo! That's right. Wednesday, tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Angelique Preston, the real original winner of Cycle 17, America's Next Top Model All-Stars, will be back in the classroom reviewing Reality Check, America's Next Top Model, the doc on Netflix, and all the other shit that's going on in mainstream media about Top Model. She's here in the building tomorrow. We getting into it, and I'm finna call her out about something, and I'm not even finna warn her what I'm calling her out about. So, Angelique, you watching? Get ready, because, baby, we are going to crank it. On part 2, I better see it. Right? And with that being said, y'all, that's the end of the review. How I do? I ain't burned up nobody too bad. Y'all tell me how I did. Is somebody gonna be mad at me? Like I really give a fuck. You know, I care. I definitely do care how I make people feel. I don't want that to get misconstrued. I do care about how I make people feel and how my actions make people feel. And it is not a good feeling when something I've done with genuine intentions has a negative impact on someone. That doesn't feel good. However, in the same breath, I'm also not going to mince my words, especially for that Lisa bitch. Fuck Lisa. Fuck Lisa. Okay, until Lisa be a woman and come apologize for all the shit she did, it's always gonna be fuck Lisa. Okay, and I'll say it to her face and dare her to do something. Fuck. And you know, it's really because was just really a key to say fuck Lisa, you know, because listen, the lady thought all that shit she was doing was gonna stop me or was gonna make me feel the way. Like, girl, fuck you. You got other shit to worry about, okay? Let's not get into that. You got a whole lot of shit to worry about. And you better thank God I'm not a messy bitch, because I would have been unleashed what's been sitting in my phone for some time. But I love the Lord and I don't want him to mess up my stuff. So I said I ain't gonna mess with nobody. I ain't gonna kick nobody when they down, but it's still fuck it. Besides that, I do care about the things I say and how they make people feel. And I never want to intentionally or carelessly upset anybody, because this is all supposed to be fun. Even with me saying fuck Lisa, it's supposed to be fun. You know, it's nothing really to get really upset about. So y'all let me know how I did. Did I do okay? Did I do okay? I appreciate you guys so much. Anything else I need to cover before I go? Drop some live questions in the chat. I'll answer them right now. We are currently, it's 5:08. So I will ramble for the next 2 minutes to see what questions pop up. And then after that, I will let you guys go. It's a 2-hour chat. Thank you guys for over 400 people watching us live. You know, I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to talking about Top Model. It honestly is one of the smartest things I've ever done in my media career. I still get paid good residuals from y'all out there watching my Top Model chats. Thank you. And the people show me love when they have to license my content, which honestly, now I think about it, is that why the people ain't asked me? Because they knew I don't care. Let me stop. If there are any girls out there watching, please DM me if you want to come back to the classroom and react to what is going on with Top Model and the doc. Please, I would love to. There's some women I have in the queue and guys in the queue that will be coming back to the chat to talk to me about Top Model, which I'm very excited about. I have some content that I need to get approved first. I want to get it approved first before I post it. But I think I have something very special that will even bless Tyra Banks if I'm allowed to post it. And I believe I'll get permission to post it. But I have a lot of goodies in my phone that I've been holding on to for quite some time that I'm going to give you guys across the next 2 weeks, thanks to our friends over there at Jacked. Thank you guys so much over there at Jack for sponsoring this live and getting me back in the seat to talk about Top Model. Again, I am a proud user of Jacked. It is my go-to tool when I'm traveling out of town to connect with the LGBTQ plus spaces and communities within that city. It's a great way for me to network. It's a great way for me to connect with people who follow me and support my career and content. I've been able to find out about some amazing parties and social events that are not, you know, explicit or X-rated, that are just wholesome, nice, safe, curated spaces for people like you and I to have a good time with other people like you and I. So if you haven't, click the link that's pinned to the top of this chat or in the description box of this video and download Jack today. And even just download it. Click on the link and let's make Oliver look good over there with the people and download the link for me. And I so appreciate you guys so much for that. Y'all so sweet. Let me tell you, this Top Model stuff is really teaching me about impact. I haven't talked about Top Model in years. And that, I would say the height of my content probably was like, really like a year, even though I think I did it across maybe 2 years consistently, but like the height of it is like a year. But for people years later, at the frequency it is currently happening at, to boldly be shouting me out on social media, sharing my videos, sharing links to my interviews. It is not only a blessing, but it's also a real life research tool that's teaching me more about my content, about my business, and then just about this business. And so I'm grateful. I'm very grateful and thankful for y'all. And I appreciate y'all doing that, because that's honestly what motivated me to get up and do this, to even tell them, yes, I'm going live and talking about it. Because I was going to let the people have, had a moment. Baby, these nachos, like I said, baby, we done made the nachos. We cook them. We sell them. No tea, no shade. This is a reheating of the Oliver Twixt nachos. I'm gonna let the people eat them in peace, But because of y'all, we back in the classroom, and now that I am at the end of this, I'm glad I did it. Really glad I did it. Really glad I did it. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Jessica also shouted you out because they put her stuff in the doc, and she said, "Oh my God, Oliver did it first." Let's talk about it. What could have been the reasons why Oliver was not included? What could have been the reasons why? Let's have some fun. Let's talk about it. Okay, here are some reasons I honestly thought. One, they probably wanted this moment for themselves, right? They probably felt like, Oliver did it, and now we want to do it our way without him, which could be taken as shade. Maybe it's not. I don't take it as shade. I take it as that's some people shit. They could do whatever they want to do with it, and not every opportunity I'm supposed to be there. I think that's so disgusting. I had a client who was like that. Like, they thought like everything they felt like they should have been in, and who the fuck was they not to include them? I think that is so tacky and so disgusting. It's such a nasty attitude to have. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Can't anybody tell you to do with your shit? That's how you can tell people to do their shit. So, could it be that maybe I represent, could it be that including my stuff in the doc will send people down a wormhole to see interviews and hear conversations from girls that they necessarily don't want out there, or they don't agree with how they depicted it? Could it be that? Because I see a world where Oliver's in the doc and people go research and be like, well, who's this Oliver guy? And they find a kook like Lisa just going crazy saying some shit. And so maybe, again, which I'm not mad at them, because this is these people's shit, maybe with them trying to protect their legacy, they don't want to include anything that's going to misrepresent their entity outside of what they wish it to be. That could be a reason. Another reason, it could be maybe I said something that pissed somebody off. Maybe I did something that made somebody upset, which is shit. Now, the flip side of that is, I don't think I said nothing worse than what Mr. J was saying about the show in the media. And I never really say nothing. I just facilitated the conversation for the girls to say it. I still don't got no real opinion about what allegedly has happened, because bitch, I wasn't there. I'm not gonna put my brain through that work to be like, oh, she said, girl, listen, God got it. He always gonna do a better job than me. He got it. That's above my pay grade. I don't know. What I feel like I can safely assume is it was a cognizant, no, we're not going to include him, because when the conversation came up in the editing room or production room, okay, y'all, what reels we gonna pull from social media to include in the doc? Listen, ain't no way you could type in America's Next Top Model content, interview, exclusive tea on any platform and Oliver Twixt name don't come up immediately. I'm pretty sure some of the girls who I'm still cool with, who still talk to me, who still was communicating with me, I'm pretty sure they made mention of Oliver. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure someone on production, when you're working on docs who do research and look up stuff, as they have all admitted to me, the people at ABC, the people at Hulu, the people at BBC, the people over there at Paramount, they all said, the lady over there that did the podcast, I think that's owned by Paramount, all them say, we all have watched your interviews. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I just want to say for the record, you know, when the bitch is getting viewed 30 to 50 million times a month, it ain't really too much you could be upset about in the present time, you know? It ain't really too much you could be mad about, you know? Y'all got any questions before I go? Thank you. Somebody said they wanted a certain narrative. Yeah. Maybe they just wanted a certain narrative and me being included goes against that narrative, you know, and can't nobody really. Now, I'm not a firecracker like some people, you know. I'm not rude. I ain't trying to start no shit. I really try to keep the peace, you know. But I tell everybody in television world that I've worked with, Oliver shows up to be Oliver. You know, you can prompt me, but trying to get me to respond or react or say something that I ain't feeling is not going to happen. It's not going to happen because if it come out the wrong way, I'm just going to get on whatever platform and say, well, shit, that's not what I wanted to say any damn ways. And low key, honestly, them not including me really has helped me out a whole lot because the people y'all out there doing the work, baby, my Twitter flooded. I said, girl, my threads flooded. Instagram DMs now getting flooded. Almost 400 of y'all, and I just announced this shit yesterday. It may not happen now, but I believe it will happen. And we're going to give God the same praise we're giving him right now in spite of. All right, y'all. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? We finna go. Hope we finna go. Hope we gonna go. Hope we in. I love you guys so much. Listen, we're gonna be here all week. Tomorrow, back again with my baby Angelique at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, we are back live tomorrow. And we're going to be live again the day after that. And then I'm going to be posting something the day after that. Oh, they was going to start the top model conversation. And I wasn't finna come get me some of the cheese. I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for watching. Please jump down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this chat. Follow me on all social media platforms at He Is Oliver Twixt, as well as hit the subscribe button on this platform, as well as the notification bell, so you know when we're going live and posting new content. I love you guys, and until next time, my friends. What? Shout out to David St. John. Thank you. You kept me together. Until next time, my friends, be sure to pray and Kegel. One last words from my sponsors for today. Chat. Be sure to download the app today.
Just open the app, what you want, it's up to you. Friends are more, no surprise. Your world, your rules, your time, only one app with the vibes. All hours, no disguise. Real connection, no replies. Left on red, if it clicks, let it ride. If it don't, next five. Jack got all the guys. College just screech up, twinking more. Late night.